Howdy. I'll call the Inland Wetlands Watercourse meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Roll call.
Andrew Holt.
Paytime.
Win Miller.
Joe Quirk.
John Whitney. Seating of alternates. Are we all full members? Oh, very good. Approval of the agenda. Any changes, sir?
Move approval of the agenda. Move approval of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Development Compliance Officers Report.
Good evening, all. I think on page 3 of the packet, you'll see an abbreviated list of what's going on. There's nothing else to really add to it at this time. If you have any questions or concerns, I'd be glad to address them.
Very good, thank you. Anybody got any questions? Excellent, thank you. Any public comments for anything that's not on the agenda this evening? No, thank you. Old business, new business, approval of the meeting schedule. Anybody have any problems with that? Can I have a motion to approve that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. New business, to accept application and schedule applications. Application 2512 to conduct activities in the upland review area at 15 Ledge Road. The applicant is Brian R. DiMartino, is that right? Junior, and the owner is Brian R. DiMartino Senior.
My name's Jim Cassidy, professional engineer and principal with the firm of Hallisey, Pearson & Cassidy, located at Connecticut. I'm a senior and junior for the development of a single-family residential lot at 15 Ledge Road. Just a little bit of history about this property. If I go back a couple slides here, sorry. The area that I have outlined in blue is a existing building lot that was actually approved back in 2011. It was cut out of the front piece. You'll see two light tan rectangles on this plan. Sorry, just grab my mouse here. You'll see the two light brown rectangles on this plan. There were originally two houses on the property. Quite some time ago, from the front house, there was a piece that was cut out, and the house is built here at 9 Ledge Road. Back in 2011, we came before this commission. We actually subdivided out an additional piece here, creating an additional building lot for Mr. DiMartino Sr.'s son, Junior, at which time he purchased the property, but never actually went forward with the construction of the house on this site. The site itself at 15 Ledge Road consists of 4.97 acres. It is zoned R40. It is going to be serviced by a septic system and public water. You'll see that the property is bounded north is to the right on this sheet. So it's actually bounded by property owned by Berlin Land Trust to the west on the upper portion, and then also continuing around to property on the north or on this right portion. On the bottom, there are two existing residents, larger lots with houses that are also on Ledge Road, in the front on Ledge Road, that are presently developed. And then to the left or to the south is Ledge Road itself. The teal color areas are wetlands associated with the property. As part of this application, because the wetlands delineation was so old, we had it updated by Matt Davison at Davison Environmental. So the wetlands delineation you're looking at is the most current wetlands delineation. Basically what happens is there's a little bit of a high ridge along this westerly property line, starting at elevation from about 150, goes down to an elevation of about 40 at the midpoint, and then back up to an elevation of about 170. This is a ravine between the two ridges, so the water's kind of flowing in a southerly direction through this wetlands area, which is classified as a wooded wetlands area. Again, the wetlands delineation you're looking at is the most current wetlands delineation on this property. As part of the original subdivision of this property, we did provide a site development plan. This is a blow-up of the site development plan from that original approval. At that point, we're looking at constructing a single-family house that was actually a 4-bedroom house. And associated with that to the rear, or to the kind of northeast here, was the septic system design to support that 4-bedroom house. Access through the site, if I go back one slide, is actually coming through a common access easement that services this front house, the original house at 9 Ledge Road, and ultimately continue to the back house, the new house that's being constructed on the property. So technically, this lot doesn't have the driveway coming through its frontage, it's coming through an access easement. There's no wetlands associated with that part of the driveway. So going back to this development plan, with the proposed development as approved as part of this original subdivision, for the development of the house, the associated grade and septic system, you were looking at a total activity of about 20,470 square feet within the 100-foot upland review area from the wetlands on this site. So 14 years later, we're back before you. At this point, we're seeking a permit to actually go forward and construct the house. It's going to be very similarly laid out, where the house, now shown by this brown rectangular, will be in a similar location. The area highlighted in red is the location for the driveway. So we're going to continue along that existing driveway and then continue up to the house. If I go to the next page, the only real difference is the footprint of the house got smaller. It's actually gone down to a 3-bedroom house, and associated with getting a smaller house footprint and less number of bedrooms, the septic system got smaller. So the septic system is going to be off to the side of the house at this point. The soils at this end are a bit better, so it can go back into the grade, whereas down extended on the other side, it would have been actually a fill system above grade. So what actually happens is when we actually go to develop this, the 2 areas I've highlighted in yellow would be the activity within the 100-foot upland review from the wetlands. So the 2 red lines are your 100-foot upland review lines. So at this point, to actually develop this property, we're looking at a total activity of about 15,480, so about 5,000 square feet less than was originally approved as part of the original subdivision. All the sediment control measures would be similar to as originally approved. There'll be a sediment barrier around the entire downslope side of the proposed construction activity. It will still be serviced by public water that will be brought in from that access way through the driveway up into the house. Again, the only real difference is the footprint of the house is smaller, and that the septic system, because now it's a 3-bedroom house, is also smaller, reducing the overall activity in the upland review area. So with that, I'm going to conclude my presentation and hopefully answer any questions the commission may have.
Does anybody have any questions?
So obviously, this is an activity within the upland review area. There are no wetlands impacted. So the first thing that I would ask the commission to do is to make a determination that it's an insignificant activity.
Can I have a motion, please?
Does anybody have a question about the significant impact?
Well, if you said the wetlands are downslope from the house and the septic tank?
Correct. Yes.
Any comments on that, and how, I don't know, worried about anything draining into the wetlands, or?
No, I mean, we meet all the separation requirements from the wetlands as is or water course associated with the design of the septic system. I mean, technically, you can even go closer with the septic system. It's actually smaller and further away from the wetlands that was originally approved. The only real change, again, I just shrunk it down to the south, because the further you go south on the property, the better the soils got. The deeper the soil profile you have, the lower you can put the system into the ground. So from what is originally approved as a 4-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom house, I see as an improvement all over. We tested all the soils. We've been out there with the health department. We did several test pits on the property when we originally did the subdivision, and also back in June of this year. And we found the soils consistent with what we originally found, and they're more than acceptable to support a septic system on this property.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Cassidy, I believe the blue area to the, above there is also wetlands, is that correct?
Yeah, so it, so it actually, again, there's like a ridge line that runs right down along the driveway, so that driveway follows the ridge line, and we don't have any activities, towards that wetlands,
So
everything's.
those
sloping back
two
down.
red lines represent the 100 feet from both directions. So there's actually an area in the middle there
Yeah.
that is not in the upland review area.
So this upper line would be the 100-foot review line from the wetlands to the west. This red line would be the 100-foot upland review area from the wetlands on the east side of the property.
That shows what I was speaking of better, yes. So can I have a motion to find it insignificant or significant?
Do you want me to read the definition of significant and insignificant? If people have questions about that?
Sure.
Thank you, Stuart.
Significant impact means any activity including but not limited to the following activities which may have a major effect on a wetland or watercourse. Any activity involving deposition or removal of material which will or may have a substantial effect on the wetland or watercourse or on wetlands or watercourses outside the area for which the activity is proposed. Number two, any activity which substantially changes the natural channel or may inhibit the natural dynamics of a watercourse system. Three, any activity which substantially diminishes the natural capacity of an inland wetland or watercourse to support aquatic, plant, or animal life and habitats, prevent flooding, supply water, assimilate waste, facilitate drainage, provide recreation or open space, or to perform other functions. Four, any activity which is likely to cause or has the potential to cause substantial turbidity, siltation, or sedimentation in a wetland or watercourse. Any activity which causes substantial diminution of flow of a natural watercourse or groundwater levels of the wetland or watercourse. Any activity which is likely to cause or has the potential to cause pollution of a wetland or watercourse. And finally, seven, any activity which damages or destroys unique wetland or watercourse areas having demonstrable scientific or educational value.
I move we find this not significant impact activity.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
So the staff has reviewed this application. There are 3 staff memos. You have copies of the staff memos. The applicant is aware of the requirements of the staff memos. Everybody's got a copy of them in the package. There is a memo from Bruce Riska, dated November 24th, 2025, requesting that the applicant install and permanently maintain pressure wooded treated posts adjacent to the wetland flags, and he lists them for the purpose of bearing Town of Cromwell Conservation placard medallions. Medallions shall be provided upon approval of application 25-12. There is an extensive memo from Maura Esposito, the Public Health Coordinator, regarding the septic system design. The applicant is aware of that and will be addressing all those comments. If you want, I'll read those into the record. Everybody's got that there. Do you want me to read it? It's basically related to the septic system design.
I didn't say any of that.
I don't have them either. No.
I apologize. Okay, this is from Moore. After reviewing the site plan dated October 17th, 2025, prepared by Hallisey, Pearson, and Cassidy, we offer the following comments. Soil testing used to design the septic system was not completed. The PE was notified to produce percolation tests, and they were neither supplied nor on the plan. Since this information is vital for our assessment, I can only provide partial comments. Test pits 3-25, 4-25 are not marked correctly on the plan, and test pit number 1 from 2008 is not shown on the plan. The location of the percolation test from 2008 needs to be shown on the plan. Number 3, the house plan needs to be reviewed to confirm it's a 3-bedroom house. Number 4, the health department review utilized page 2 since that was at a 20 scale. Please locate the footing drain discharge location, and the water line location into the house. Number 5, all plans either need a benchmark or a statement stating one will be staked at a further time. 6, the second row of the primary needs to be raised to elevation 135 to meet 48-inch setback from ledge. Since the septic system is entirely in septic fill, the health department will require 4 percolation tests in the fill prior to installation, and the fill sample for the sieve analysis be taken from the actual fill on the site. So she cannot grant approval of the septic system until this information is supplied.
So just a clarification on a couple of those items, if it's okay to speak. We did do percolation tests immediately after she went out and did the soil, the deep hole testing with us. So we will add that to the plan. I had identified to her that it was the same as was originally tested, but we can add the updated information to the plan. Again, this law was approved 14 years ago, and we had the soil test add on the plan from that, so we will update accordingly. The verification of the number of bedrooms in the house, that's typically part of the actual permit for the construction of the septic system. When you file for a building permit, you file for the building plans, and they'll confirm that it is actually a 3-bedroom house and there's no additional rooms. I'll let you know, I did review the plans. It's actually a 2-bedroom house with a den, but by the state health code, if you have a room that has a closet and has access to a fully functioning bedroom, and it's listed as a den, it can be construed as a bedroom. So that's why we designed it for a 3-bedroom, although it's labeled 2, but it's, could be construed as a 3. So it's definitely a 3-bedroom house. The note about bringing septic fill in and testing it is a standard condition. You just want to make sure that when the material is brought in for construction of the septic system, that it's not over-compacted and causing slower perk rates than it's actually designed for. So that's a standard condition. And then the other one I need to check into is about raising the system. I think we're talking maybe an inch. We have a little disagreement on the bottom elevation of the lower trench, so it needs to come up very, very slightly. And then she's also asking for some old test pit locations to be identified on the plans, which we'll gladly add. I put all the new stuff on and didn't have all the old stuff on the plan. But we can easily accommodate those. Unfortunately, Maura has not been in until, I believe, Thursday of this week. And I did get those list of comments last Tuesday. Fortunately, I'm sitting here because I had surgery last Tuesday and I'm really not supposed to be standing yet. So I really haven't had time to coordinate with her, seeing I just got back to work Monday. So when she gets back on Thursday, I'll give her a call and try to coordinate things with her.
Okay, thank you.
And the other comment from Bruce about putting the post and the placards, would be agreeable to that as a condition of approval.
Okay.
And I have one other memo. This is from John Harriman, dated 11/26/2025. I have reviewed the plans to construct a single-family home at 15 Ledge Road. The application indicates 15,408 square feet of proposed disturbance within the upland review area to complete the home. The proposed plan includes sedimentation and erosion control measures to protect the wetlands. If properly installed and maintained, these measures should adequately protect the inland wetlands. While not an inland wetlands issue, I note that the proposed plan shows grading across the property line. This may require a grading easement if one or both of the parcels change hands prior to completion. In compliance with Connecticut Deep's MS4 permit requirements, attached to this memo is the town's notification to contractors regarding Connecticut Deep stormwater permitting requirements that may be relevant to the project. And again, I apologize. I was not here when the package was put together. I was assuming all this information went with the package, and I was out of the office last week for the holiday. So I apologize that you didn't get the comments on this.
So
Thank you.
I did not get that memo, but again, I think the major thing I'm hearing out of that memo is that we need to have grading rights between the property owners. It is father and son. He's actually building the house to move here to support his father, so I do not really see an issue if you need an easement, or, I mean, the father is actually helping build the house, so it's not gonna be an issue grading between the two properties.
That'd be more of a building issue, not a wetlands issue, right? A grading plan? Or a grading easement? Wouldn't be our issue anyways, right?
It'd be temporary. I mean, I think if you want something on paper, we can have an agreement between the two of them that says he can temporarily, grade onto his property to to facilitate the construction of the house.
Okay.
So if the commission wanted to act this evening on this application, I recommend it be with the conditions contained in all three of the staff memos. So it's up to the commission if they want to act tonight, or if they want to see the plans revised to address all three memos. It's up to you.
I'd like to see a motion for, or make a motion to see the revised plans for deciding.
Okay. Do I have a second or a different motion?
Can you repeat that?
I said I would like to see the revised plans, a motion to see the revised plans before we make a decision.
Do I have a second for that motion, or?
I believe the motion was that we want to see the revised site plan and not act on it today. If that's the motion, I second that motion.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you next month.
So what is this? We're continuing the next month?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Area at the end of Kirby Road and Route 217 Bridge. Applicant is the Town of Cromwell Fire District Water Division, and the owner is the Town of Cromwell.
Before we get started on this one, could I just get some information from you folks? I anticipate that what I read here is that this is to give us the ability to share water in emergency with the towns of Rocky Hill, Berlin, and Middletown. Is that essentially correct?
Yes.
And so we're just looking at this as contingency plans for the future for those three communities. Okay, and the Kirby one is the Berlin, the 217 is the Middletown, and the other one's Rocky Hill that I don't really see any material for that here. Maybe there's no wetlands involved in that one, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
I'm all set, everything's connected, is it? Thank you. Excuse me. My name's Travis Johnson. I'm a project manager at Apex Companies, the engineer retained by the district for this project. As discussed, it is 3 emergency interconnection stations to provide redundancy for the drinking water supply system in Cromwell. Description of the project is, provide emergency potable water supply and redundancy to the system. The system has 1 Gardner well field, and if that were to go down or is compromised or considered inoperable, water supply emergencies would arise. Additionally, there's 1 storage facility in the system built in approximately 1970, the Shunpike Road Reservoir. If it were to go offline for rehabilitation and repairs, there would be implications to the water supply that an emergency interconnection would help alleviate. The project has already been approved by the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund by the Connecticut Department of Public Health. We are working with permitting and finalization with them as well. The 3 sites that were selected in the preliminary engineering report were alternatives number 1, the Hartford MDC interconnection with Rocky Hill at Shunpike Road / Route 3, the Coles Road interconnection with the City of Middletown, alternative number 3. That is also the Route 217, can be referred to as Route 217, and the Kirby Road Division Street interconnection with Middletown and the Berlin Water Control, which is alternative number 4. The project's bid phase schedule and construction is still under determination after DPH and the Watercourse Commission completes all their final reviews. Here's an overview of the several locations for the interconnections. On the top left is one that was not considered for final design. That would be the Pasco Hill Road interconnection, as well as, the proposed Route 3 interconnection with Middletown was not selected. I don't think my cursor, oh, it does show up. So my cursor's over Kirby Street, Division Road over here on the left, Coles Road, Route 217 here, and then Route 3 interconnection with MDC up here, which is not going to be discussed further as there are no wetlands in the project area. Alternative number 3, the Coles Road / East Street, Route 217 interconnection station. The interconnection station is located within City of Middletown. The water main proposed connecting between the two towns will follow the northbound lane along the eastern sidewalk and/or the travel lane up into Coles Road in the intersection here. And it will be installed on the Route 217 bridge by structural pipe support hangers, which are further elevations and sections here showing how it would be done. Again, this is providing redundant water supply from Middletown. The interconnection station is going to be buried, will not be shown, and it is will be prefabricated, located in the grassy area south of Westlake Drive. The new 12-inch ductile iron water main that is proposed will be hung from the bridge with structural pipe supports and pipe insulation on the bridge as shown, and the rest of the water main will be installed in a conventional direct burial method in a utility trench. There are no direct impacts to wetlands or watercourse as we are installing the utility all within paved areas, aside from being hung from the bridge itself. There will be no trenching or anything or any work of any kind within wetland areas. Alternative number 4, the Kirby Road Division Street interconnection. This will connect the town with both Berlin and Middletown. We are proposing the subgrade prefabricated interconnection station within, I can't remember if it's Berlin or Middletown, that is on Middle Street, Middletown. And it will be installed in a trench, the water main, all the way at the end of Division Street as well as Kirby Road. And there will be 2 access pits, these little squares here, where we will propose horizontal directional drilling beneath the river. And as shown in an approximate profile here, the horizontal directional drill has a minimum 10-foot depth requirement below the Mattabesset River bed, and yeah, just a minimum of 10 feet of separation there, but possibly deeper. Wetland impacts, the wetlands are pretty much along the river's edge. We are staying far away from the river's edge, and our proposed access pits will stay outside the wetland buffer areas. And that's all I have. I'll take questions.
Yeah, do you think you could explain to us how much upland review area is gonna be disturbed in this project? And could you point out the areas of upland review area that are gonna be disturbed?
Let me see if I can go back.
Because I mean, that's really the gist why you're here.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the wetlands impact.
So we won't be in the wetlands for any of this water main installation. It will be below grade and below the river. These pits here will be the extent of disturbance, and they are not within the wetland areas themselves.
But you're within the upland review area, so within 200 feet of the river is
200
the upland review area.
Okay.
So did you look at that and calculate the total area to be impacted?
I don't have a calculation with me right now.
Okay, well, I think we need a calculation.
Okay.
I think we need a description of the areas that are gonna be disturbed, how much upland review area is gonna be disturbed, and that should be part of your application. And then we need to know if you're gonna be drilling under the Connecticut River, correct?
Yes.
Mattabesset.
Mattabesset,
Yes.
yeah.
So when you do that, are you in any upland, are you in any wetland area, or you're totally within the upland review area?
I think it would just be the review area, not any wetland itself.
So that's what we need to see.
Okay.
okay? Because we need to understand how much upland review area is actually being impacted for each of the locations. Okay, so that's, you know, that's really why we're here.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna need that information presented, so that we could see that. Now, if you're saying that none of the activities are within the wetlands, there are no activities for this project proposed in any inland wetlands.
No disturbances to the wetlands. Not sure how to define, you know, the bridge is over the water course, but
Yeah, that doesn't matter, you're not in the wetlands.
okay, so no for that one.
So it's all within the upland review area.
Correct.
Okay. Do you think that you could put together some drawings that kind of indicate
Yes.
the areas of upland review area to be disturbed?
Yep.
Okay.
And how far from the wetland you are in the upland review area.
Sure.
So as the previous plan, the gentleman showed a line.
Yep.
Showing the 100-foot setback. Now, being near the Mattabesett River is 200 feet,
Yep.
okay? So that's what we need to see.
Sure.
Okay, so if you could have that for the next meeting.
Yep.
That would be very helpful.
Can do.
Okay,
And
thank you.
if it's possible, if you know from a construction staging standpoint, if any of that's gonna be contained within that 200-foot upland area as well, or if it's outside of it, then it doesn't need to be noted.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Yes.
Could I also ask a question? Have you considered the alternate on the Kirby of reestablishing the bridge that at one time was there and running an attachment to that bridge for the water line like you're doing under the 217 bridge over the Mattabesett?
There's been no consideration for bridges here. The direct straight route, I'm not sure where that bridge is, but it's not here, so we took the most direct
That
route.
used to be a bridge from Kirby that went across from the end of Kirby Drive that went across to Berlin at that point. It may be that it's more practical to go under the river there than it would be to reestablish the bridge. Reestablishing the bridge would create the problem of cars going across the bridge and all kinds of issues like that. It may not be even a feasible thing to do, but it would seem like an alternative that should be looked at, should have been looked at if it hasn't already been done so.
I believe, and I think I can speak for you, I think reestablishing a bridge is outside of the scope of the water supply system's infrastructure.
Okay.
How do you prevent the water from freezing in the pipes that are above grade or even hanging from a bridge?
What we typically do is, you know, in a typical installation on a bridge that's exposed to sunlight as well, we'll have about 2-inch thick of polyurethane foam around the pipe, and that itself would also be within an aluminum pipe jacket. So another pipe, foam, main pipe.
That's cool. All right, so we're gonna continue this one as well until next month?
Yep, you need a motion.
May I have a motion to continue this application until next month as well?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you wanna give me a call to, talk about that other stuff, anytime, just give me a holler. No problem. Have a good evening. Oh, howdy, John.
Good evening. For the record, John Harriman, Town Engineer. So this is a drainage improvement project that we've had in the works for a couple of years. The town commissioned a study of 10 areas of concern in town with recurrent drainage problems. This was one of the higher priorities. This is the pictures there are from the report. You're looking at a flooded condition on private property at 20 Cedar Drive, which is you wouldn't normally have a home number 20 on the corner of the first house, but house number 20 is there on the corner of Coles Road and Cedar Drive. If you
Can you zoom in a little? It's hard to see.
try.
Focus didn't come up.
So the issue here is that the town realigned Coles Road prior to my employment here, probably 2008, 2010. And when they did that, they raised the intersection of Coles Road, which created a kind of a bathtub, which you can see in this photo on this parcel. The subject parcel has 25 acres of drainage area contributing to it during rainfall events that can create a condition like this if it's not properly addressed. On the left is the current drainage infrastructure, which is undersized. So what we're doing is we're improving the drainage in Coles Road and Cedar Drive to increase pipe sizes to alleviate this problem. But we have wetlands activity and upland review area activity at 20 Cedar Drive. That's difficult to see. I'm gonna have to zoom in again. So you saw that 18-inch pipe that water can't currently all get into. What we're doing is we're putting in a 30-inch pipe with a proper channel to receive those floodwaters to keep from flooding that home. To do that, we have wetlands impacts, 311 square feet. It's currently disturbed area. It's the grass lawn in the existing ditch for that home. We're just going to go, we're asking permission to go in there and reconstruct it to alleviate that flood condition. In addition to the impact to wetlands, we have 2,609 square feet of activity in the upland review area. So the activity consists of taking the existing drainage, which is undersized and insufficient, and increasing its capacity by building a proper swale with a proper inlet to get that runoff from the wooded area and the wetlands above into the town's drainage system, out into Coles Road, and then down to the Mattabassa River. Are there any questions so far? It's not easy to see. I figured you guys are gonna call this a significant activity, and I'm coming back next month.
So what we need to do tonight is decide if this is a significant activity and make a finding, and then we'll schedule a public hearing for the next meeting. So since this does involve an impact to wetlands, it is normally considered a significant impact.
I was just gonna say, if he's telling us directly he's sticking a shovel in the wetlands, I reckon we have to call it a significant activity. May I have a motion, please?
I'm not really able to figure out anything from the material that we received.
Stuart, I don't know if you saw the quality of the stuff in our packets, but it was kind of atrocious, like, just
Yeah.
not visible at all.
I got,
I mean, I pulled up the GIS map.
Well, we
So
wouldn't,
I know where it
you know,
is,
to
but-
be honest, normally, you know, look, I was on vacation last week. I'm sorry this went out the way it did. You know, my secretary should have known better, and she didn't, okay? Normally, you would not receive this amount of information when you're making a determination of significant impact. This information would have been received prior to the meeting when the public hearing is being held. That way, we would have made sure that it was all readable and legible. I have no idea why all this was copied and sent to you when there was no need to do it at this time.
I received 4 copies of the same material, and none of it is legible that I could
Yeah,
read
so,
from.
yeah. I don't know why, you know, why Jennifer did that. I'll talk to Jennifer and make sure it doesn't happen
Yeah.
again. But, you know, as we'll make sure that everything is legible and readable.
I'm willing to make a motion that we find this to be a significant impact activity, but I think that we need to have much better information before we can do any work with it for next month.
Yeah. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask what specifically I could bring next month beyond what you have here today?
I don't know where you're impacting the wetland from what the information I've got. I can't even determine that.
I didn't see what you guys got.
Well,
I
it's
guess
a
maybe
bunch
the
of,
maps that show where the wetlands are and where the open review are, kind of like the first
Yeah.
presentation.
So you guys didn't get that?
That map I don't have.
Oh, okay, I understand now, thank you.
you usually give a good presentation, John.
Usually, I didn't realize how small these TVs are. I missed the screen, you could see stuff.
Yeah.
You're the first person to say that.
Would you admit it out loud?
I mean, it,
I started wearing glasses a couple of years ago, and they don't help much, but I can't see that. I couldn't see what the last two
The sewer.
the sewer.
I'm sorry, the water line.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all the water line stuff. And again, I apologize, I don't know why you know.
Yeah, even just that drawing in our packet next month would be good.
Pardon me?
The drawing there would be a step in the right direction, just so that we can see where everything's at.
Well, you don't have anything regarding this.
Well, we have
We have
the application, and we have
The-
a,
biologist and wetland scientist report.
yeah. Activity reporting form.
So John, did you wanna step over here and see what we got? So you can see, yeah. Why don't
Oh, you
show
want,
them?
we have extra copies, so you could take one.
That's what we have.
All right, I'll see you next
Well,
month.
yeah, just from experience, I know that you put together a good presentation usually, so I'm not overly concerned about that.
Application.
It's a new application.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be here because I wanna see, make sure that that's clearly
That's his test
explained
run.
and everything.
Oh, okay, okay.
So wait, does that mean we're
That's
never
his
gonna
tryout
see
to
you?
make sure.
Pardon me?
We're never gonna see you again?
No, he's a consultant.
No, I know, but are you just
I'm
going
gonna
to
be the
continue
econ-
as a
I'm gonna be the
consultant?
econ- oh, you'll see me.
Oh, we will, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to give me any presents or anything now. You can wait.
It's very presumptuous of you, but.
Listen, Stuart's been trying to be retired for a year now.
He has.
I know, but you get
Here he
used,
is,
but
so.
we get used to,
A
you know.
year this month,
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It was the last year.
last December.
Yeah,
December I retired.
and here you are.
Wow.
That's because we love you.
Yeah, I like working with you guys. You've been a lot of fun. So, and again, I apologize for the chaos. We'll make sure that it's cleaned up.
It was the heaviest packet I ever saw for Inland.
I delivered it.
Oh, you're the
I
one,
was-
because
I
my
was
daughter was
stunned. I
like,
thought it was
some
planning and
random
zoning,
guy
and
gave
I
me this
opened
big
it up, and I'm like,
package.
oh my gosh, I've never seen this.
Oh,
Yeah, my wife came in and said, this came from Bruce, and I'm like, holy cow, that's heavy.
How can I clear it?
Yeah, it was just really all the pictures and stuff that are in there that were just.
and the maps, you could not read.
Yeah, well, it's unreadable.
Right.
Yeah, the copy's unreadable.
Oh, you have what we have?
Yeah.
Oh,
The copy's
alright.
unreadable.
Same thing.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know where the original is because it's not in the file.
We don't wanna throw under the bus, but.
If it's not copyable, send it as a PDF, so that it, you know,
Yeah.
we could read it.
No, we'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Now you can do your motion.
Oh, may I have a motion to adjourn? All in favor?